Well, howdy, howdy. Let me know so that I can make sure you can hear me. Because at the last second I changed headsets, so I want to be sure that you guys can hear me. Let me know that you can hear me just clearly. How is everyone doing this evening? Before I get into my spiel, I'm gonna wait and make sure that I get confirmation. Can you hear me? How is everyone doing this evening? Hello, hello. Yes, that's what's up. Okay. Because sometimes stuff around here get fishy. How are you doing this evening? I'm Eve with the Baby's Booty, and we are coming to you live tonight with a really cool project. We are going to do an in the hoop project that is 4x4 friendly. We did one a couple of weeks ago, and we're going to do another one tonight. And it's pretty much just to round up. Tonight we had a in the hoop class live, and we made a couple of projects, and one of which is this really cute mirror, in the hoop mirror. I showed you, well, for those who just so happened to be in the spontaneous live I did last night, I showed you this mirror that I did. Um, but this is the one that we made in class tonight, and we uh, were able to accomplish that. And we also did a bunny rabbit holder, which of course I don't have right here on me, so I have to show that to you when we switch over to the project and get to working on that. But we had fun. It was an awesome class. It was a small class, thank goodness. Um, because to me, it's a little more fun when there's some, you can be in a smaller setting, so to speak. But at any rate, here on the Baby's Booty, we go into embroidery, sublimation, vinyl, rhinestones, any craft that would prove to be valuable if you are looking to have an embroidery business. Or if you just want to do it for fun, we're showing you some of the cool, fun projects that are out there that you could take advantage of and possibly make a little bit of money off of. And one thing's for certain, these little mirror holders are absolutely cute. They would make really cute trinket presents. I would say for the mirror, because it's glass, probably an older teenager. And the little clutch that we did, the bunny rabbit clutch, could go for a younger kid because there's no breakage there. But at any rate, here on our channel, we also have a Facebook group that you're more than welcome to join. So pop over to Facebook and click on or do a search for the Hoop Group, and you should find us there. And I believe these links are in the description below. And then also, as you see right here at the bottom of the screen, it says thebabiesbooty.com. There's a membership forums of sort there that you can join as well. Here on YouTube, we also have memberships. Okay, so we have a couple of different levels of membership that you can choose from. Now, on the Hoop Group on the website, you might see memberships there. Those memberships are, that was a test. So those aren't like active, true active memberships. But to be a captain of the Hoop Group, you would have to join here on YouTube because that's the only valid option to be a captain. So if you're interested in that, that is there. And then, as I mentioned, there's 3 different levels, and it helps to financially support the channel so that we can bring really cool projects like this to life for you, and invest in a lot of the other really cool things that are out there to try and play around with live here on YouTube for you. So thank you for joining us. I appreciate you being here. One of the things that I like to do on our lives is speak to the folks who are joining us, because were it not for you beautiful people joining in and saying hello and supporting us weekly, we wouldn't have a channel, right? I am tripping that I happened to glance and see we're over 38,000 subscribers strong here on this channel, which is phenomenal. I would have never imagined even crossing 10,000 when we first started this. So I am tickled to have everyone taking their time out and joining us. So let's go ahead and say hi to the folks that are here and that spoke up. And if you're joining us for the first time, just go ahead and say hi. We'd love to have you join in on our discussion. So we have Ms. Robin Bryant. Hello, how are you tonight? Beverly Smith, thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I really appreciate it. And hello, thank you for joining us. Dorothy Gasson is here. Gail Moore is here, and she also is a YouTube Hoop Group member. Thank you very much. Isabel Morgan, hello, how are you? Lila Nelson, hello, and thank you as well for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Melissa Jeffrey, hey Melissa Jeffrey, how are you? Miss Precious is here, Miss Social Deb is here, Rebecca Ricketts is in the house. Welcome, thank you for joining us. Miss 143, thank you very much for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. And she mentions that today is Super Bowl Sunday, which I forgot all about it. we don't do I don't do the sports around here, so I was like, oh really? Wow, I didn't even know. So crafty as well. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate it, and thank you for joining us this evening. Lori Kimball, hello my dear. Dorothy Gaston, thank you for letting me know you could hear me. I appreciate it. You and Miss So Crafty and Miss One as well. We have Levite Apparel, welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Sherry Prout, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We have Pam Tilson, welcome. Addis Place, welcome. Thank you for letting me know. Rhonda Jones, welcome. Knick-Knack Nurse, hello, my dear. How are you? Chris Smith, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And PJ Coppage, hey PJ, how are you? Welcome. Rhonda Jones and Inspiration Creations is Lori from Canada. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. So Crafty says she had a great class. I appreciate you letting me know. Miss Bickup is here. Hello. How are you? Welcome. And thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. Margot is here from the great state of Washington. Sheila Cushenberry. Hi, Sheila Cushenberry. We're doing great this week. Thank you for joining us. Chris says, great bling shirt. Thank you. I appreciate it. I made it today because I was trying to be super cute and I have a matching mask to go with it. So I was trying to be extra cute today going to the grocery store. I took a risk and went to the grocery store. I had a taste for some rotisserie, so we went to pick some stuff up. So I was trying to be cute. Let's see. Knick-Knack Nurse says, ring the bell 2 times. She's got a new, oh my goodness, she's got the Redline, y'all. Congratulations. It's the 15 needle, right? When did it get here? Congratulations, Knick-Knack Nurse. Holla! Yes. Hopefully that's not too loud and ringing y'all out. Oh, and we've been working on the audio. Real quick, before I forget, we've been working on the audio, and I understand that last week and the week before we had some like squealing issues or something like that when we swapped cameras. So let me know if we have any disturbance in the audio feed so that I can, try and make adjustments. But we're trying to do better around here, y'all. We don't want to make folks be in pain with their ears. So thank you very much. Yolanda Sanders, hello, how are you? Ray Williams, welcome. Thank you for joining us from Alabama, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. Lily V says just purchased So What Pro. Excited to get started. Lily V, if that was within the last couple of hours, you will have your code here shortly. Probably it may be after. I have to manually generate your code, so we'll see if we can't go ahead and get that shot over to you. Miss Andrea Ross is here. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening, and we appreciate you being a YouTube Who Group member as well. Yolanda Sanders, Colette Martin, Mary Brown, Evelyn Morgan, Tracy Barney, and me, Creatively by Kim. Hello to all of you. Thank you for joining us this evening. Simone Langley says your scissors were just. I'm glad you got those scissors. That's what's up. We were waiting on those during the class, so I'm glad you got it. And I see Miss Pressure has joined the Hoop Group crew, so congratulations, Miss Pressure. Thank you for joining the crew. Yeah! Holla! Woo! Thank you for joining us. And if you do join the YouTube Hoop Group membership, you can request your own bell. And it comes with your membership if you request it. You have to request it because otherwise I don't know your address and don't know how to send it to you. So if you go to the baby's booty, this side, thebabiesbooty.com, and on the main page you should see a picture of the bell somewhere. Click that and fill out the form so that we can get a bell to you. All right, we appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Lisa Adams says hi from Grover, North Carolina. New baby. She got the SE 1900 this week. Congratulations on your new baby. Congratulations. Holler. And then Miss Lady D, she got her Ricoma EM 1010 Thursday. So congratulations to you as well. Woo! Bell ringing. We love it. It's big because we didn't ring the bell at all. Oh my gosh. I forgot. We didn't ring the bell at all last week. And we got a baby here as well. So here in a moment, I'm going to have to go get that baby and so that we can ring the bell for it. Willa Allen, good evening to you as well. Laura Duvall from Tennessee, welcome. Karen Murray, always a pleasure. Welcome. Miss Ethel Smith. Hey, Miss Ethel Smith, how are you? Good to see you again. She is in the class too. And thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member, Miss Ethel Smith. Jeanette Davis, Faye Wood, Melissa Jeffrey also just got her sublimation printer EC2760. Got a new baby too. Holler! Yes, we just ringing the bell tonight. Holler! Yes, congratulations. All these babies all over the place. And Miss 143 said the same thing. Don't forget to ring the bell for your new baby. Yes, I gotta go get it. So that y'all can see it. That's what's up. Um, Ad View Life. I'm thinking of getting a sublimation printer. Ooh, well, if you do, it's a lot of fun. We have quite a few lives on here where we sublimate things live and in color. As a matter of fact, next week, pretty sure next week is either going to be sublimation or the bling box. No, no, no. Next week. Today is the 7th, 7 is 14th, so it will be sublimation next week. And we will be using a new ink next week and doing some sublimation projects. So if you do, definitely join us. If you have any questions about a printer or what you're thinking about doing, just drop it in the comments below. We have quite a few folks in here who have sublimation printers, and they're all different types that are out there that are available. Some are regular printers, and you just convert it and turn it into a sublimation printer. And some folks actually have sublimation printers, like the Sawgrass or Epson, I believe, has a sublimation printer now as well. So just if you have any questions, just holler and we'll try and answer your questions you may have. Knick Knack Nurse says 15 needle. Yes. Congratulations again. Sharon Bolam. Hello. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. My gosh, how do I get the custom emojis? You should have them now, Miss Pressure, as a member. So once you click on um, down at the bottom, I believe it's under the smiley face, which is under your chat button, but you may be on your phone. I'm on the laptop. So somewhere near your chat, look for the smiley face, and that should be where your custom emojis are as a member of our channel. Tracy Brown, hello, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Yvonne, hello from Traveler's Rest. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here. Rhonda Jones, let's see. You're answering. Yes, I want to make sure I didn't have a question that you were asking. I don't see one, but thank you for joining us this evening as well. Nubian Locked Princess. I have been watching your videos, but I stay quiet. I'm from New York. It's okay to be quiet, but we prefer you speak up because we love to know when new folks are here or when you're enjoying the videos. And the interaction makes it more fun to me. So thank you for speaking up and thank you for joining us this evening and for watching our videos. Really appreciate it. And Steph said finally made it to a live. Well, we're here on Sundays. So I'm glad you were able to make it. Now, we are doing embroidery tonight. Embroidery projects. And the one tonight is an apple shaped candy holder. So you'll be able to put candy in it and give it as a gift if you want to, or sell them at craft fairs. You can put little candy in it and give as thank you gifts from people who shop with you. It's really cool, and you can refill it after you take the candy out and put the holder back in. So we'll be working with that tonight. The link to that design is in the description below. There's no promotion or anything with the folks. I was just barely able to get them to approve letting us do a video on it. So definitely check that out and grab that design if you're interested, but we're excited about it. Rhonda Jones says about the sublimation printers, there are many. Yes, there are many. Thank you for clarifying that. There are a lot of them and a lot of options. Some on the high end of the price spectrum and some on the lower end. The one that I use that I absolutely love is the 7710, which, from what I understand, the 7710 and the 7720 are being discontinued or something along those lines. Like, you can't go and buy them anymore from like Office Max or places like that. However, from what I understand, if you go on the Epson website, sometimes they have them refurbished and they'll sell them there. And even purchasing them refurbished, you still can convert it from what I've been told. Um, and they're less than what they were when they were being sold in the store. However, they now have Echo Tank printers, Epson does, and those can be converted into sublimation printers as well if you would like to. Gail Beard, hello. Marge Campbell, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And David D, hey David D, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Miss Precious says, what is the best ink to use if you want to convert the printer for sublimation? Um, the best ink to use, there's several options. I'll put it that way. And a lot of it depends on how you want to get your ink. So if you're okay with ordering from, say, for instance, a company and purchasing ink from them, there's a lot of folks have had success with Cosmos ink. It is a good ink. I've met the owner, and it is a good ink to use. I do and have used their ink. Also, if you're more of the instant gratification type, because a lot of times the Cosmos ink will sell out really quickly when they do get ink in. Whereas on Amazon, I've purchased and was able to get ink the next day, which of course is awesome if you're an Amazon Prime member. And one of the companies that we're going to work with next week, I haven't tried their ink yet, but it seems to be, as far as like tilting the bottle back and forth and how it flows and stuff, it looks about the same thickness as the Cosmos brand. But I do have links down below in the description. I have a Amazon storefront. If you click there, the ink that I normally refer to on Amazon is in the Amazon store that we have. But we're going to try this new ink next week when we do our show, and I'll be using it all next week. So we'll see how that goes. But if you're instant gratification, you can get it off of Amazon. If you're okay with ordering and if it's in stock, you can get the ink from cosmosink.com. Um, the conversion, um, the conversion kits, the cartridges are in the Amazon store as well, and on cosmosink.com. You can find them there as well. How do you like your red line? I absolutely love my red line. I'm going to be working with it tonight. It needs to be tuned up, and I do need to, run some stuff on it, but we'll do that after the show. Not going to do that tonight. But I love the red line. The red line has been instrumental. We've had it a year now, and I haven't run anything on it that I haven't been able to handle, from hats to jackets to bags to crazy stuff. Thick, crazy things. We've done blankets, we've done garment bags that were heavy duty, and it stitches right through it. I don't have any issues out of that machine. And I love the fact that it's self-service. So if there is something that goes wrong with it, they have tons of videos on their website to show how to fix it. And I'm right back up and running. I don't have to worry about taking it into a shop and having to wait on it to come back and get it fixed. So I absolutely love all of that about my red line. Absolutely love it. Um, I saw a question. Let me make sure. Let's see. Embroidery Diva. Hello. How are you? Welcome. Um, Creatively Kim Nubian Lock Princess. Okay, that's awesome. It's difficult sometimes because the YouTube name is usually different from what it is on Facebook. Walk by Faith, welcome. Thank you for joining us, and we appreciate you being here. You say you're having trouble. Oh, the phone is charging. Use the old one. No worries, it's all right. Embroidery Diva says you had to get a new baby. You got a Singer heavy duty C 6600C My Janome had to go into the shop. So we are going to congratulate you on your new baby. Hi. She said it's a heavy duty baby. Congratulations. That's what's up. Everybody's getting babies. It's just so cool. Latasha, I just purchased another PE 800. Now I have two PE 800s and one PE 770. My pocketbook says it's now ready for a multi needle, so I run all three at one time. It's my way of having multi needles. No worries. Congratulations, because that works too. Holla! Congratulations, Latasha. That's what's up. That's what I did in the beginning. I ran my 4x4, bought another 4x4, found another 4x4 on deal, and I had all four of those little suckers running full steam when I first started. So, well, a little bit after I first started. So, definitely, it's nothing wrong with utilizing the single needle machines in a multi needle somewhat format, because the cool thing is when you're running all three separately, imagine how much a multi-head, multi-needle machine is, right? So you're paying, like with that machine, $8,000, $7,000. Sorry, $7,000 for a brand new multi-needle machine. But I can only run one thing at a time. I have multiple needles, but only one project at a time. Whereas for you, right at $1,000 per 5x7 embroidery machine, you have three going and three different projects. It just depends, So it's nothing wrong with having multiple machines, especially if it's within your budget, and that's a good way to do that. Galena White says, "Can you make big rhinestone templates like the one for your shirt with the small or cheap Cricut?" Galena, any of the Cricut machines. Now, the only exception I would say is the Cricut Joy. The only reason why I say the Cricut Joy is an exception is because the Cricut Joy is only 5 inches, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, wide. Now you can go as long as you need to, but 5 inches, this is definitely wider than 5 inches both ways. So you would essentially have to split this up and bling it twice if you wanted to try and do a larger design by breaking it up on the Cricut Joy. But it can be done. There's more than one way to skin a cat out here. But if you have the regular Cricut machine, it can be the Cricut One, which is an older version of the Cricut. It can be the Cricut Air. It can be the Cricut Maker. Doesn't matter. It's a Cricut machine. As long as it's the 12 inches, this fit in the 12-inch Cricut format. So yes, I was able to do this with my Cricut cutting machine. And I do have videos. I have a playlist, a rhinestone playlist. If you check that out, there are instructions there on how to use the Cricut to make a bling or put a bling design template together and press it to a shirt. Um, Sheila Cushionberry says, "Am I not taking off next Sunday?" No, I didn't plan on. I don't know if you can tell. A lot of times, I just kind of like overlook the holidays and forget. So it's just I just keep going, and I love working on projects and stuff. And for what I want to do next week, I'd be super excited and not want to wait a whole another week. But if it's something where usually folks spend a lot of times with their families, then I'll reschedule. But a lot of times I don't reschedule unless I need a day off. Sometimes I will take off, but for the most part, I'm pretty good. I think next week will be all right. Let us see. Hey Byron F, how long? He said, "Long time since I've been on a live." Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us. It's okay. We appreciate you being here, and thank you for remembering us and coming back to say hi. Nubian Lock Princess says, "I used to live in the Bronx." Also, oh man, y'all up there where all of that snow was. That was crazy. But one thing's for certain, being in all of that weather can be a trip. And hopefully it gave you crafting days where you could slow down and craft. So let us see. Thank you, Marge, for the update. I do appreciate that. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for letting us know that he is better. I also see another baby. Let's see. Shannon Margaret says, "Hello, I have a new Stellaire with my original machine. Love my new Stellaire. Congratulations on your new embroidery machine. Awesome sauce. Yes. I'm gonna have to go get my other baby. The sewing brat, tonight we are going to be doing an in the hoop project. She said it's still snowing. Check. That's crazy. We are going to do an in the hoop project that is available for the 4x4 embroidery machine. It's a candy holder, so that's what we're going to work on tonight. EO Hype 777. Unfortunately, English is my primary and only language. I apologize. So if you have a translation or can put it in English, that would be awesome sauce because I don't want to uh, miss your comment. But I'm going to go grab our baby. But first of all, I'm going to pull up the design for tonight. Let's see. And what we're going to make tonight and show you what that looks like so that you can see it. And then that way, if you wish to join in, you can. Let's see. So there we have, this is our website, and this is what we're looking to work with tonight. It's an apple candy holder. Super cute. And it has little cups that you can order from this company and put in the candy. This little bitty one is the one we're going to be working with tonight. I'm not 100% sure. Now, I ordered the cups. I ordered supplies from there, but it hasn't been shipped out yet. I ordered it over a week ago, so I guess, they're behind with that. But the candy holder is what we're going to work with tonight. And we are going to be using our, let me make sure I'm doing this right. We're going to be using our Redline. Let me slide this over so make sure you can see. So we're going to be doing embroidery with our Redline. And even though I'm using the Redline, it is 4x4. So definitely looking forward to doing that with you guys this evening. So I'm tearing up at the same time, y'all. Ain't that crazy? How do you tear up? It's not hard. Not here in my studio. But I wanted to grab our, let's see, where are you? You're right here. I wanted to grab our new baby, so I went and grabbed that while y'all were looking at the embroidery machine, and that's when I was tearing up. But we have a new baby here. We have a new baby. Who can guess what the new baby is? Because for me to just go get it like that, it has to be easy. So who can guess what we have? Uh-oh, I see a question. Hold on. Oh, Contessa Harris got a new baby too. Bella Ann, thank you. I appreciate that. Contessa Harris got a new 15 by 15 heat press. I'm gonna have to do the same thing, girl. I done broke my heat press, but congratulations! Yes, heat press in the house. That's what's up. Miss Lady says 0 degrees in Chicago. Shannon Margaret, the design is on oh gosh, smartneedle.com, and the link is in the description below. You can click there and go to the design. Hello, Jenny McKinney. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Danielle, hello. New to the channel in embroidery. Yas, congratulations. So we're going to be doing some embroidery tonight. So looking forward to it. Should be a very simple project. So we're going to have some fun with that. Sneaking in late from the Super Bowl. Is it over? Is it still going? I don't even know. I guess I should be a little more um, concerned about it a little bit. Yes, it is a smart needle design. Hello, VF Elson. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully, I said that correctly. Steph, I thought condiment cups as well, but the size that it says you should use, not the size that it says you should use, but I looked up on the embroidery design the size of that circle, and it was like an inch and a half, I believe. Hold on, let me look at it again because I was like, wow, that's pretty small. the size of the 4x4 candy holder, the circle in the middle, is not even 2 inches. It's like 1.88 wide by 1.87 high. So um, that's kind of small for a condiment cup. So what I was going to try to use was this little like medicine dosage cup, because that's just about how big this is across the top. So I was going to see if it worked, but I mean that's the best that I could do, because like I said, I ordered it and I don't have it. It hasn't even been shipped out yet, so we don't know. We'll have to see. Will there be room? Will there be room for what? What are we looking for room for? Don't yell at the PEA 100. Miss Lady D, you're right. No, not a PEA 100. I've already shared your channel with 3 friends. Thank you, Sharon. I told them you are super smart, knowledgeable, and very real. Love that you share your mistakes. We make a lot of them here. Yes, a lot of them. Just like tearing up my cup. I dropped it in there in the floor. I'm like so glad it didn't break. Leela Nelson, yes, that is correct. So here is our new baby. How cute is it? We have the Cricut Joy, and we've already used it in a video, the pre-recorded video that I have on here, where we cut a rhinestone template and did a bling design for a face mask. So yes, we do have the Cricut Joy, and we'll be doing a few lot more designs with it, and printing out more stuff with it, and having some fun. So we have a vinyl project coming up. Actually, next week wasn't supposed to be sublimation; it was supposed to be vinyl. No, no, think about it. We'll figure it out. But sublimation is definitely coming up. But this baby, we're supposed to be doing some vinyl projects with, because we got a whole boatload of vinyl sent to us from Itty Bitty Dragon. And I know that we'll have a lot of fun working on some vinyl projects. It's all heat press vinyl, and we got some really cool vinyl too. We got color changing vinyl, we have brick vinyl. We also have a lot of glitter and holographic vinyl. And puff vinyl as well. We'll be working with that. So hopefully you guys will be able to join us as we get some projects done with our little Cricut Joy. So congratulations, little Cricut Joy. Welcome to the family. Awesome sauce. Yes, I feel weird ringing the bell for myself. So yes, we're gonna have some fun with our little Cricut Joy, and get some projects done. So super excited about that. VF Elson says I got a new Janome 550E and cut and scan. You talking about the Brothers Scan and Cut? Congratulations! Congratulations on your new babies. That's what's up. I'm glad y'all are getting babies, man. This is awesome. So we got a lot of projects coming up, and if you join our hoop group on Facebook or on our website, share images of your projects that you've been working on, and we would love to see them and have some fun. Encourage all of us to get motivated and get the crafting. Joanna Holmes, welcome. Thank you for joining us. They say we should get a thin white blanket by this weekend. I know we did get a little bit of snow last night. So Diana Henderson, hello, how are you? Game in the fourth quarter, but it seems to be over for Kansas City. Boy, I tell you, that's crazy. So let's go ahead and get started on our project tonight. Iris Diaz, hello, how are you? Welcome. Miss Shannon Margaret, I do intend to do that, just don't know when I will have time, because I still have yet to finish this project where I'm blinging a volleyball. I have to finish this. And as you see, I have a whole lot more to go. But at some point, we will get back to hand blinging some stuff and have fun, because I also have a tumbler, skinny tumbler to do. There's a lot we got going on. So super excited about that. But Sandy Diana says, "Yay, I'm on the struggle bus with Sublimation." Oh no, you can't be on the struggle bus. We got plenty of videos and stuff that we're gonna do with the Sublimation. Let's see. Wait a minute. I see a new baby too. Oh my goodness, this a lot of babies. Come on now. The true too much heat press. Same here. Bought a Vivor 5-in-1. Congratulations. Woo! On your heat press 5-in-1. So that means you'll get to do hats, you'll get to do plates, you'll get to do um all that cool stuff with your heat presses. Hats, plates, hat press, even I'm trying to remember mug press. That was the other one, and then the regular press. So yes, that's gonna be a lot of fun. Felicia, no, I have not. I looked at it. I actually have them packaged, but just have not as of yet. Miss Bickham says um the puff. She's looking forward to that. So yes, hopefully we'll have that done soon. Elizabeth Walker, welcome. Thank you for joining us. The Sewing Brat, there is no charge for Facebook or joining on the website. If you wish to be in the Hoop group here on um, YouTube, then yes, there's a membership fee here on YouTube. Steph, have you done any in the Hoop stuffed plush toys for a 4x4? Did I do the I can't remember if the stuffed toy I did was on the 4x4 or not. I did a was it an no, it was an owl. I did, but that was years ago because the baby is 4 now. I think she's 4. So 4 years ago, I did a plush toy. So 9 times out of 10, that was done on a 4x4 machine. So yes. Well, in oh wait a minute, you said in the hoop stuffed plush toys. No, I have not. Not in the hoop. No, not in the hoop. So yes, we'll have to see if we can't find. Um, we'll have to see. Marge Campbell, thank you, because I don't know what's going on. I have a new used Brother Dream Creator to complement my PE 800. Nubian says, "Well, congratulations." Woo! Yes, that's what's up. New babies all over the place. And Miss Bickham, yes, I sure did do a little teeny bear in the hoop. And I don't know where he is. I did do it in the hoop bear. The True Too Much, I have a puff question as well. I know using foam as a puffer, recently saw puff embroidery thread. Puff embroidery thread, is that particular thread needed for a puff embroidery project? No. I've never heard of puff embroidery thread. So when you do puff embroidery, which I do have a video on this channel, um, it was doing the letter D on a hat. It was a puff embroidery design. There's no specific thread that you need. What makes the puff is the foam that goes underneath it. But you should have a puff embroidery design. So puff embroidery designs are specifically digitized for putting foam up under it and making it stand out, making it puffy. So it's not the thread that makes the puff embroidery, it's the foam that goes underneath. So that is what we want to use. Shannon Margaret asked about a heat press that can be recommended that is a good price. As far as a heat press is concerned, what I would suggest, so a lot of it fancy looking really isn't a you're welcome, True Too Much. The fancy looking really isn't the problem that makes it expensive, because you can get a 5-in-1 and spend about 250 from 200 to 250 off of Amazon. But then there's also other heat presses on Amazon. Like my 15 by 15 was 180 when I bought it about 4 years ago. And I believe they're about the same price now still on Amazon. So you would want to check out reviews and such. Some heat presses have good reviews, some don't. So check out the reviews. Cricut Easy Press is another option as well if you want to go smaller and more compact, not so large and bulky. You can do a easy press as well. It works great. I have the little bitty mini, and I have a cousin that has the larger Easy Press, and she brought it over and we used it. So it worked just as well. The only problem is some things that you press will need some pressure. So you would need to like press down on the Easy Press and hopefully not, break the handle. But some things you'll need to have a little bit of pressure with. But the Easy Press is an option as well. Felicia Storm says you got the Peggy Stitch eraser, got it Thursday and had to use it Friday. I'm trying to tell you, the Peggy Stitch eraser is the hands down best tool that you can have to use with embroidery. So if there was anything that, if you were to ask me, you got your embroidery machine, you got your stabilizer, and you have your needle, thread, all those basic supplies. If there was something extra that you should invest in order to get your embroidery up and going and smoothly, the Peggy Stitch eraser would be it. The Peggy Stitch eraser, let's pull it up and I'll show you what it is here on in our Amazon store, because it is the best thing ever. It really is. So let me make sure I'm going. There's embroidery tools, embroidery supplies, I think is where she is. No, a minute. No, I have her under tools then. Yep. So if you go into, let's switch you over here. Here we are on Amazon, and here is the Peggy Stitch eraser that I recommend. And as you see here, I bought mine in 2017. I love, oh, this one is unavailable, so we'll see if we can't pull up another one, but, and then I'll have to change the link in our store. But the Peggy Stitch eraser is hands down. Now, there are people who would argue me down and say, no, the best thing is the, um, you can get just a regular, what do you call it, clippers or shaver or whatever you want to call it, and you can use that. But it's something about this Peggy Stitch eraser makes it super sharp. I mean, it is extremely sharp. And this one, the Peggy Stitch eraser 3, is available on Amazon, and it's 76, and it's worth every penny. This thing has single-handedly saved my butt. Well, the one that I have, but it's still a Peggy Stitch eraser. It has saved my butt so many times until it's ridiculous, and it's very easy to use. You just have to be really careful because it's so sharp it can cut through your fabric of the project that you're working on. But aside from that, best purchase ever. Best purchase ever. So I will see about getting a link and putting it in the chat or in the description, and hopefully that you guys can get a Peggy Stitch eraser if you need it. But yes, I would definitely say get that. No questions asked. And yes, like I said, there's a cost incurred, and it can seem like a steep price. They must be sold out, y'all, for right now, because I don't even see, but only the corded one is on Amazon right now. So I'll link this one to you guys, and then that way, if you're interested, you can get it there. Let's see. There's the link in the chat. Will that take embroidery off of a hat? Yes. I'm waiting for the Peggy Stitch Eraser 3 to be delivered. I'm trying to tell you. What do you do to make the ghost of the stitch go away? You can use steam in some instances. Um, Steam generally helps. Or in a pinch, if I didn't have my steam, no, that's alcohol. Wrong thing. This is water, and I use like a little itty bitty bit of vinegar in my water that I use here in my embroidery studio. And when I use when I mark my fabric with the erasable pen, not the one that erases with heat, but the purple one, I use this, and it helps make that ink disappear like almost immediately as soon as it touches it. Um, Whenever if I can't get a hold to steam to help lessen the imprint of a needle where it penetrated on a project or something, I'll sometimes spray it with this. This also helps get rid of hoop burn. I'll spray around the hoop burn or spray where the needle penetration is just a little bit and then rub it with my hand and agitate those fibers. That can help eliminate the marks as well and the hoop burn. This gets rid of hoop burn for me really easily. So hoop burn meaning when you hoop your project and after you're done embroidering it and you take it out of the hoop, you can see the imprint of the hoop in your project. A lot of times this is what I do. I spritz around where the hoop burn is and rub it, and it'll help get rid of that. I need help with using PE Design 10. Unfortunately, I don't use PE Design 10, so um I don't have any experience with PE Design 10 myself. Now, if you're in the Hoop group on Facebook, there's quite a few folks there that do have access to PE and experience with PE Design 10. Felicia Storm says, I have the corded Peggy SE3 is sharper than my clippers, which I once tried. I have I haven't had anything to touch that. So the clippers didn't work for me, but that Peggy Stitch eraser will cut you if you're not careful. So yes, the Peggy Stitch eraser is excellent for a new person. Hello, River City Creative. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Let's see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me make sure. Okay. So what we're going to what is the address for Facebook group for new people? If you go on to Facebook and you do a search for the hoop group, it should pull up. You should see me with McQuackins. What does that say by my name? You're talking about your little emoji icon. It shows how long you've been a member on in our hoop group here on YouTube. That's what it is. And unfortunately, right now I can't read it myself. I can't read it myself. I probably should just put just a number or something. All right, so let us go ahead and get started on Valley Girl for Life says a wet washcloth for hoop burn. That's a good idea as well. So let's go ahead and get started with our project. As I mentioned, we're going to do a candy holder. It's in the hoop, and it has 12 steps to it. So let me show you guys what that looks like. So here is now, just don't pay attention to the colors on here because the colors are not indicative of what we're going to do. So 9 times out of 10, all of these colors are going to change. So like for instance, that'll be green. But this is a DST file, so that's why the colors are all crazy like they are. But at any rate, we have 12 steps. We have our placement stitch, which shows us where to put our fabric. Then we have our tack down stitch. Then after we do the tack down, we're going to trim around the outside of this project. Then we have the details of the apple, which are going to stitch next. And after we finish all of the details, then we will put the back to this project on the back side of the hoop, and this is what those placement stitches are. Then we're going to tack that down, trim around it, and then we'll do our final stitches. And I know I kind of like blew through that pretty quick, but that's what we have to do before the end of our show tonight. So let's go ahead and get started. What I'm going to do is use my round hoop, and I'm gonna cut some stabilizer for that. So I'm gonna switch you over to the cutting table cam and let you get a gander at us cutting out our stabilizer. So normally I prefer to use my mighty hoops, but we're gonna use this round hoop tonight. And the stabilizer that I'm using is this is a tearaway wash away. So with this particular project, you can use tearaway, but if you use tearaway, they suggest you use 2 layers of the tearaway fabric. I'm sorry, stabilizer. So I'm just gonna double this up, even though it's tearaway wash away, but I still want to make sure that it does what I need it to do. I'm gonna lay this out and make sure I cut it um, where it needs to be cut. And then, like I said, I'm going to double it. Whoops. So I'll fold this over. I think that's big enough. Not quite. I'm gonna fold it a little bit more. And then we'll cut. Okay. And fortunately with this project, the two projects that we did earlier today in class, it was a double hooping. So we had to hoop twice, but this time it's just a one hoop, one and done project. So we're going to get this going. And as I mentioned, this is going to be done on the Redline. So we're using a round hoop for this particular project. And we have tight as a drum, which is what we want. And so now let's go and put this on the machine. So we'll switch over to our machine cam and get this going. Whoops. All right, and I need to load up the design. So just one moment while I get that done. Let's see. Where is our apple? I hope I put it on here. Now I'm sitting here thinking about it. Make sure I put it on here. To load it. Yeah, I didn't put the apple on there. So we're gonna go back to the computer and load it up. And that will let me check the chat. Make sure there aren't any questions. Jello shot cups on Amazon. Ah, that's funny. That's funny. All right. USB. Where on your machine is the laser light attached? I don't know if you can see that from here, but I'm gonna try and point to it. It's right there. See that black piece right there? That's the actual laser light on the machine. And they have it trained down to where it is on the... I know, Jaleel, right? I'm trying, girl, I'm trying. Is this designed for any embroidery machine? It should be. They have listed on their website the different machine formats that they sell in. And you can get them there. But March, they have it, they set it to point down there from the shop. So I didn't have to install that or anything. Is that Redline hard to learn? No, it was not hard to learn. It was a learning curve because it is different from a single needle machine. It's very different from the single needle. But there's so many basics with embroidery that it wasn't super difficult to learn. Now, if you don't learn things fairly easily, it may be a little more challenging, but it wasn't super difficult to learn. And there's a lot of video tutorials, and they have a help group that you can join for more help. If you have any questions in the hoop group, we can help you there as well. We need to be putting more videos out on the Redline and using the Redline, and we'll be working on all of that, trying to get things organized here on the studio to offer more things that you can do with your machine and learn how to do the different functions with it. Thanks. That's where I put mine. Can't get it centered. I'll have to ask Cold Desi about my machine. Okay. No worries. No worries. Let's see. Hi, Gail McNair from Tucson. Welcome. Okay. I wanted to make sure I had everything. All right. So now we'll go back to the embroidery machine and pull up the designs there. you know what? That's not gonna work. I forgot. I put PES on this thing and the machine doesn't take PES, it takes DST. It pays to pay attention. You have to pay attention to what you're doing, people. You have to pay attention. Let me see something. Let me move y'all to right here. Actually, let's move this. Okay. So what I need to do is this for you. So what I need to do before putting it on the embroidery machine, this is why I love Sew It Pro. What I need to do is, here is the design pulled up on my website, and as we see, it's apple candy holder 4x4 PES. That's what it is now, is a PES file. I need to convert it, so I'm going to go to file. One way to convert is to go to file, save as, and you already see when I go to save a file, usually I'm converting it to a DST. So I'm going to switch it over to a DST here and save it, and that's it. It's the exact same file, and it pops up an error for whatever reason, but it's there. And then now we want to take it, and it was on my desktop, and it was in the Apple Candy holder. Here is the DST file, and I'm going to drag it and put it on my brother stick. So click on it, drag it over to the brother, and drop it. So that's the name of my USB key, is brother stick. And that's that. So now I can put it on my machine and we can run it, because now it's been saved as a DST. Hey Teresa Spencer, how are you? Gorgeous Rose, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here. Does that mean it only takes DST? The Redline only takes DST, or DSB as in boy? So the Redline has two different file formats that you can choose from. So there's just those two, but PES it will not take at all. So all of your files that you may have on your um, computer, like say for instance, if you only had the brother single needle machine and now you upgraded to the Redline, well, you will have to have DST files. But now you got, right now you have a whole computer of PES, right? So that's where Sew It Pro comes in super handy. You just take the PES file, save as, and save it as a DST. And there you're easily converting all of your files. So you don't have to worry about it anymore. So let's go here. Why is that not pulling up? Let's see. Let's stick it in. Huh. Come on, bro. This thing is gonna act up on camera, y'all. I ain't trying to hear it. Hmm. I hope I didn't. Let me find a different jump drive. Oh my gosh, y'all, this is crazy. It's always something when we on camera, ain't it? I just bought a new flash drive, so let's use this one. And now I gotta cut it open. So I'm gonna switch you back to me while I open my new flash drive. Keep hearing so much about Sew It Pro. It is $65. It is $65. Now, where is scissors when a heifer needs scissors? Oh, there's some scissors. I don't know what happened to my other flash drive. That's not good. I'll be real sad. But I can't. I don't broke my stuff. There we go. Right. There we go. USB. Ooh, it's black. It's not silver. That's smexy. Alright. Now let's see if we can't get this to work this time. I mean, it should pull up really quick now since I only have one. I'm gonna only have one file on here. That's the funny thing. Um, let's see. There we go. DST. Try to get right here. Y'all, I forgot I had this hot glue gun sitting beside me on and forgot that I had it on and like, what is that smell? No, it's hot glue. I almost touched it. Alright, so let me check and make sure that that is on here. Okay, it's on there. Now hopefully I didn't mess up my drive on my machine. That's where I'm gonna be. I see that the Redline offers Wi-Fi. Is that the case for yours? The Redline is on my wish list. I know this one, there's a way to do Redline with this machine, but um there's a way to do Redline with this machine, but it is not easy to do. Uh-oh, sorry y'all. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. My bad. My hand hit the wrong button. But there is a way to do Ethernet over here, not Wi-Fi. But something about there's a way to do Wi-Fi. From what I understand, it's more drama than it's worth. Oh no! Did I tear this up, y'all? I'm gonna be real sad if I did. Oh no! Oh y'all, I think I have messed up my USB port on my machine. I hope not. We're gonna turn it off and reset it. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. But we're gonna see how this goes because I'm gonna be real sad if I broke that because that means I'm gonna have to get the fix for it and fix it. Oh, let's back this up so that y'all can see what I am doing. Ignore the um, stuff on the machine. Alright, I'm going to try again. It normally doesn't take all that. Nope, see, my disk isn't showing up on my screen. So I think I done something to it. Oh my god! This is horrible. Oh, there it is. Oh, thank you, Father. Okay, so appreciate not having a panic attack on TV. On TV on this thing, but what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up getting an extension and putting in here so that I don't break that. That's one of the downsides to sticking USBs in and out and stuff. I don't particularly care for that. I would prefer to attach to this machine permanently. That's a lack. That's not the right word, but you know what I'm saying. Because I don't like pulling that key in and out, and that just makes me sad. It scares me. But I was able to get it to pull up. Thank the Lord. I was about to panic. And there's our embroidery design. All right. Woo. Deep breath. Y'all, because I was about to panic. Okay. All right. So, what we're going to do first is I have the design pulled up on the screen. The first thing I want to do is make sure it's going to fit. I know it's going to fit, but just to show how I do that, there is an option in here where you choose the size hoop that you're working with, and you can do an outline check. So we're going to do an outline check, and when I do the outline check, it's based on whatever needle the machine is on. And right now I know my machine is set with needle number 13. So I hold the foot down and then I tell it to do the outline, because it can be tricky if it's close and you don't do the outline, or you do the outline check and it can be really close with the foot up. It can look like it clears the side, but it doesn't. The foot would actually come down and hit the hoop. So I hold the foot down, and that way I know if it bumps up against this hoop, then I can't use that design with that size hoop. So we know this one is going to work. So that's totally awesome sauce. The first thing with most in the hoop project is it's going to do a placement stitch to show us where we're going to put our fabric. So I'm going to tell it to go ahead and start 13. Actually, let's make that darker. So we're going to go to 10. No, 10 is too dark. We'll go to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back in. So that you can see what we're working with. Alright, and I didn't think about it. I think we need, I mean, I guess it don't have to be red fabric, but let's see if we got some red fabric somewhere over here. I don't think I do, but again, I'm not sure. Yep, I got red fabric. Okay, cool. Well, that wasn't the red fabric I thought it was. Let's see, what are you? Red. Yay! Okay. So I'm going to use red fabric because after all, it is an apple. So with this particular design also, we need to use batting, like quilters batting to go in between a quilt. So I'm going to use actual batting, and I'm going to cut a piece of quilters batting. So I'm going to come over here and show you, this is a whole big old thing of quilters batting, and we're going to cut a piece of this. And here's some red fabric that we're going to use. Not as red as my shirt, but red enough. Cut a piece of this. Now it asks, the design calls for medium weight or medium thickness of quilters batting, but this is all I have, so this is what we fenced to use. So with this, we're going to put the batting down first. Let me pull this off and make it easier for you to see. So here's our outline. We need to make sure that's covered with the batting first. And once we've covered it with the batting, then we want to lay our fabric over the top of that. Okay. So hopefully you were able to see most of that. We have our line. You want to make sure that's covered, batting, then fabric. All right. Okay, and now I'm going to do our tack down stitch. Okay. long LAN cable from computer to machine, then try not to trip over it. Oh, and software. I have a software that does Wi-Fi, not the best. Marge, I appreciate that. I'll have to check that out. All right, so now that this is stitched and our tacked down rather with our zigzag stitch, with her designs, as I mentioned to the folks in class, actually let's switch cameras and we're gonna come and sit down and cut this out because doing this on my feet is tough. So here is our apple. Now for her designs, a lot of her designs, the satin stitch doesn't come out much further at all than the edge of this zigzag stitch, which is kind of a bummer because most of us can't get that close to the edge of a applique or the tack down stitch. So you got to get like super 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 close or you'll have your edges sticking out, which I don't care for that at all. But that's how some folks digitize their stuff, and hers happens to be that. Well, this person's happen to be. I'm saying hers. I don't know if it's a lady or not, but it happens to be the same way. So, I mean, it's a cute design, but it would be helpful if it was the satin stitch came out wider than that tack down stitch. And that's just an FYI for those of you who either want to try this design and feel some kind of way after you do the design and you cut it out and stuff, and then you're like, but I can see my fabric on the edge. It's okay because you have to be really close and up on the edge of this thing in order to have it not show the edges. So don't feel bad. Or for those of you who look to get into digitizing and would like to create your own in the hoop projects, please keep that in mind for folks because everybody can't get super close like that. And some people would opt to cut out their fabric and stuff on like a Cricut ahead of time, but that's not always efficient either. That doesn't always work for everybody. So, it would be helpful if we could be able to cut away from the edge of the design. Now I've cut the outside, so the exterior both cut through both the batting and the fabric. Don't cut through your stabilizer. So now we need to cut this circle out of the middle as well. So with most applique scissors, you should be able to pierce the fabric, especially if this is just cotton, but these are a little thicker than my normal applique scissors. So I'm going to score the fabric with an X-Acto knife, and I'm going to do it kind of carefully because you don't want to cut through your stabilizer. Okay, that's not what you want. You want to cut through your cotton fabric. So I'm just going to push the point into the fabric, the top of it, and kind of like rip it a little bit. All right, and then I'm going to put the lid back on this X-Acto knife because I know me. I be done stabbed myself like I still haven't unplugged the glue gun. So have to be careful. And now we're going to reach in here now with our applique scissors and cut this out. So we want to get this circle cut out in the middle as well. All right. Miss Lisa Lee, I want to tell you that I love your video channel, Helpful Beginner. Thank you for everything. You're welcome. I appreciate you taking the time to let me know and for joining us this evening. It's actually more awesome for you to join us and let us know. We appreciate it. Because me sitting here doing all this by myself and nobody, it's not for me, it's for y'all. Okay. As you see, I'm cutting out the circle and not cutting the stabilizer. I'm just cutting out the fabric and the batting in the middle. Okay. No, welcome Leslie Ram. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. And I'm going to go back in the chat once we start doing more stitching on this thing. Once we get the satin stitches up and going, then I'll have the opportunity to read more, go back in the chat and check anything I've missed. All right, so here is our 4x4. Now it's not cut perfect all the way up against those stitches, so I'm gonna have some of my fabric peeking out behind that satin stitch. But here's a little medicine cup, and look, like I said, I kind of figured that would kind of fit, and we still haven't done the satin stitch, so it should fit in a little bit tighter than that. So maybe one of these could work for you, the little medicine cups, but as you know, a last resort until the cups that you may order from her come in. You might could use that. So now that we have this cut out, we're going to put it back on the machine, and then we are going to do the details of the design. So let's put us back on the embroidery machine cam and get this puppy started. So I'm pretty sure, let me check and see what my next color stop is. I'm looking on Sew What Pro and checking that. So our next is going to be down towards the bottom. So we're going to do some red. So let's, actually, you know what? Because my colors are retarded, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My red isn't plugged in, so I'm going to stick right here. What are you doing? That's not what I want to do. Hold on. Actually, we're going to let it go. I don't know what it's doing right now. Oh, yeah, it is. It's doing the right thing. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay. Sorry about that. Brain fart. Yes, you can use a seam ripper as well. Hey, Pearl Lucas, how are you? Welcome. Oh, that's what I was looking at. Looking at the color. So after the red is white and green. The red fabric is one layer of red fabric and one layer of um, batting up under that. So one layer of red fabric, cotton, quilter's cotton, and then one layer of quilting batting. Whenever you hold down the foot, do not lock it, as some machines will allow hold it down like Eve did, just in case it's too large a design, you won't crash your hoop. Yes, that's true. Because it will break that leg. Teacher Victoria, yes, it is OBS. It is OBS. Right, and now our green to do our leaf. USB extension stuff, yes. I would suggest that, especially if it's on a floppy cable, like the one I just showed you. Even though this is the wrong USB, but if you were to get one that's a USB extension, um, USB 2.0 extension, and it has a cable like this, the one side can stay in the machine, and this you don't have to, like if you just do a rigid extension, you're still gonna be here's the floppy cable I was talking about, because this allows one end to be free and you're not manipulating or bumping this top part. You're only going to be moving the other part down here, and it's flexible to keep pressure off of it, to keep from tearing up your stuff. Because you definitely don't want to tear up that, because this machine has one USB port and that's it. So if I tear it up, I'm messed up for a nice good word. Your batting is the correct weight. Okay, cool. Thank you. Hello, Pamela Smith. How are you? Welcome. Can you not change the stitch length in your digitizing software? Um, I could, but the problem is Embroidery Diva, this is not my design. So I try not to, um, it for, to be blunt, it would be kind of rude to mess with her design in a way. If I'm doing it just for myself for just the one thing, so be it. But I don't want to mess with her design, so I'm not gonna do anything to it. Um, I think the next color is black. Let me check. Green, yes, black. And then we'll do that. Let me make sure. Okay, black. Black is number 10. And I only had one shade of green on my machine, so I'm only doing green if in case anyone wonders. All right, so our next step is the satin stitch that goes around the middle, and I'm going to do that in 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Was heat and bond used under the red fabric? No, it was not. No, it was not. Miss Leslie Ram, thank you for being a YouTube Hooper member. We appreciate it. Miss Lisa Lee, welcome for your first time. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you all very, very much. It's not cut out now. Well, the center was cut out. The fabric and the batting was cut out, but the stabilizer is going to be removed once we're done with the embroidery. portion. So for now, and it also kept, you know, the stabilizer there so that we could do this satin stitch around the middle. So now this part of the embroidery, we don't want to take this out. Fortunately, we get to leave everything in the hoop. So here's the front. Now we want to move to the back. Oh, that stabilizer got caught under there. Now we want to move to the back, and we're going to put the back on the project. Now we don't need batting for the back, and I'm just going to spray because I need to. I hate using spray adhesive on my stuff, but I had to. So here we're going to cover up the back with our fabric. Whatever we want the back of our candy holder to look like, that's the fabric we want to use. Okay. So I'm going to put it back on the machine, and we're going to make sure that that gets tacked down. Now I'm going to double check it once I put it on to make sure it didn't shift on me. I can see it actually from up top, which is cool. Okay. And now I'm going to leave it with the pink and hit go. I'm pretty sure with this, that was just the placement stitch, which I didn't need it because I just used the apple itself. And so now it should do the zigzag to tack the fabric down underneath. Alrighty, so now that that is tacked down, we need to do the same as we did with the front and cut out around the back. Alright, so I'm just going to cut it right here while we're standing here. And again, I'm not going to be super close, but pulled a little too hard and it pulled almost off with the stabilizer. Okay, so here is the back all cut out. So now we want to do our finishing stitches. So now the only thing left is to stitch all around the apple, and that will finish our project. Well, mostly finish our project. And now our green. And that finishes our embroidery. So what we want to do at this point is take it off of the machine and then out of the hoop. Let's ta-da! So let's swap you over to our regular camera and then pop this out of the hoop. So now here's the back, here's the front. It's a little fuzzy, so I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. And we'll now tear the middle out, okay, like so. And you know what? It just hit me. I don't have any candy. I don't have any candy to put in this candy cup, and I need to have candy. Let's see. I'm gonna pretend like I got candy. Let's see if this works. Oh my gosh. We're gonna make mine a button apple. Apple that holds buttons. And then I just threw buttons everywhere. But anyways, so we're gonna put some buttons in this cup to go with the buttons that I'm gonna have to clean up later. And then you just put this on over the top of it and you give it to whomever with the candy on the inside. And we'll pretend like that's what's the name of that candy? This sweethearts. Sweet tarts. Sweet tarts. We'll pretend like those are sweet tarts. And there's our candy holder. Yes. Well, button holder. Yay. So now this cup, of course, is not going to work. It's not snug enough. But if you were to order the cups from her, I'm sure she has the cups that fit. But that's pretty much the gist of how the candy holder would work. Now for me, because I'm particular about stuff, I'd use a lighter to clean up these edges, the stabilizer that's showing on the edge. And of course, if this is going to a kid, that kid probably wouldn't care. But when you do use a lighter on the edge, you just move kind of quick with it. Don't linger too long or whatever, because then you'll set everything on fire. And we don't want to set everything on fire, just a little bit of fire. Okay. That's also how I clean up my hats. And here is our candy holder. Sorry for the crazy colors and such, because you know apples aren't pink at the bottom or pink around the edge, but it is what it is. Cute. Let's put you back. Super cute candy holder. So in the hoop projects are really cool. There's a lot of different parts to it. Let me move my chat so that I can see, because I can't see it. I have y'all on a different computer screen, so let me move where I can see it better. There are a lot of different types of in the hoop embroidery projects. Some are super complicated and some are easier. Like for instance, the one we did tonight in class was a little bit more on the complicated side, just a little bit. And the only reason why is because there's some steps that you kind of needed to do ahead of time. But this is part of it. It's a bunny rabbit pouch that we did tonight, and I have yet to attach the ears because I'm waiting on the glue to dry um, for the clutch part. But the little ears go like this, and it's a clutch you can open and close and use as a pouch. It's lined on the inside, and if you had them, which for whatever reason I don't have any, you put a little cotton puff on the back for his little tail, little bunny bum bum, and it's a little clutch purse. And I thought it was the sweetest little thing um, to have, and I just thought it was super cute. And it was a really neat in the hoop project. You have to do a couple of hoopings in order to make him, and then they want you to sew the ears on by hand afterwards, which that's not gonna fly for me. I'm gonna glue the ears on as soon as the glue for the clutch dries. Um, and then they wanted you to hot glue the clutch in place, but I didn't. The hot glue didn't hold it well enough for me, so I just used the same glue that I use when I do my hand stones, when I put rhinestones on stuff, gluing on them. So that's what I did, and that's where we get our clutch from. And I thought it was like super cute. So this was available on Smart Needle, and the mirrors were available. All of these are considered in the hoop projects, even though this one had some sewing to do, and I showed in class how to get around the sewing part. Um, so if you didn't take the class, I hate you missed that part, but I thought this was a really neat little project to do. So she has quite a few things on there. But that's in the hoop, and we will do more in the hoop projects as time goes on. But I definitely wanted to do this Apple one because it's small enough to do in a 4x4, and it's easy enough to do with the 4x4 embroidery machine. And it's just a really cool little project to do. I'm going to go back to the chat real quick because we got right at about 15 minutes before it's time to come off. Let's see. How long have you had this machine? Can I ask why you chose this machine? I think I saw the cost of it. Tammy, the Redline I've had for a year now. The Redline, the price was the main thing because you're looking at a lot of the other name brand multi needle machines, or a prominent name brand embroidery machine. If you were to buy, like, my 6 needle is an $8,000 embroidery machine, and you only get 6 needles. Um, yeah, you get a fancy color screen and some other little automatic threader stuff like that, but it's $8,000 and you only get 6 needles. Their larger machine, which is 10 needles, is $12,000. You get 10 needles, but it's 12,000. And this machine, as I mentioned before, is 15 needles, and you're talking about $7,000 just machine only. So for me, that the math outweighed that, because two more $1,000, you can get two of the 15 needle for the price of the one 10 needle. So I just that math just didn't add up properly for me. So it just made more sense to do the 15 needle. The support on it, actually, the other thing to that is you're talking about $12,000 for the 10 needle, and it's not an industrial machine. So people often mistake commercial for industrial. They'll say, well, it's a commercial machine, meaning you can use it in a business. Yes, you can. But if your business is going to require, like, for instance, if your business blows up and you end up making good money because people have you embroidering hats all day long, and you crank out 150, 200, 300 hats per day on a regular basis, you're going to end up wearing that machine out, and killing it long before it's time, because that machine is not built for hardcore, long term, all day running embroidery. That is not what that machine is made for. Whereas this is an industrial machine. This machine was made to eat large orders for breakfast, um, without missing a beat. You get two sets of hoops with this machine, so that while one project, one like hats for instance, while one hat is running, you're over here hooping the next hat, because you have two sets of hoops to go with this machine, because this is a business. You're trying to get orders out as efficiently, as beautifully, and as quickly as possible. So that's why for me the industrial was the better choice all around, so that whenever or if ever I took the business to that level, then I wouldn't have to worry about whether or not my machine was going to have to go in the shop for a week to 2 weeks and me be down and not able to process orders, because this machine, the way industrial machines are uh, built to function in such a way that you do the maintenance on the machine yourself. And the reason for that is so that you eliminate a lot of that downtime in the sweatshops and in a lot of these larger embroidery businesses. They don't have time to send a machine to the shop. That's loss of money. So commercial is okay. Industrial for me was the more logical choice. Um, so that's why the Redline was for me the better option. What speed are you running? Ray Williams asked. The speed on that one, it alters, but I think right now it's at 900. I don't really have it too much higher than that. It can run up to 1200 stitches per minute. Avery had tried puffs this week and loved it. That is awesome. We like puff embroidery. But Ray Williams, if you're interested, if you're interested, I do have a video on here. It's called The Great Machine Race. It's been 6 months now, I think, since I did that video, maybe a little bit longer. But check that video out, The Great Machine Race, or The Machine Race. I did the same project on the 15 needle that I did on the 6 needle, and ran them both at the exact same time, so that you could see the difference in how fast both machines run, and how one performs against the other. Let's see here. So when you buy the Redline, how many classes do they give you to get started? Gail, they don't give classes with it, which part of what they do, have videos to help you learn how to use the machine. It's on YouTube. Matter of fact, you can look at them now if you want to. You can go to their website, look at support videos, how-to videos, and it'll be on there, and you can check them out and learn some things on how to use the machine, how it's set up, and all of that stuff. Aside from that, there are a few of us out here, YouTube folks, who use the Redline, and we have videos on using it and how to function certain things with it. So, you don't buy classes or anything. They just have how-to videos out there to show you how to use it. You're welcome, Teacher Victoria. I meant to say thank you. Gatar, hello, how are you? Welcome, thank you. You have a 4x4 and relax so much while watching. Do you recommend the laser, and is it possible to modify a 5x7 to fit a 4x4 somehow? There is a repositional hoop that is available on Amazon, which is in my Amazon store as well, where you can go 4 by about 6 1/4. But the problem is, a 4x4 machine can only do 4 inches one way. So you can do 4x6, but you can't do 5x6. You see what I'm saying? Because the 4 inches is your limit with that machine. We can go out one way, but we can't go out the other. So I have videos on the repositional hoop. Just look up baby's booty repositional hoop and it should pull them up. But you would have to take whatever design it is. If it's 5x7, you'll have to shorten it to like 6 1/4. And then the 5 inches would have to come down to 4. But that would be the only way to do it, aside from splitting a design and doing multi hooping. So do part of the project hoop one way and then move the hoop and do the other part of the project, and that's math involved. in that process. So I don't know. It wouldn't be really an option for me, but that would be the way to accomplish that. Hello, Andrea. Hello, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Let's see. Um, where am I? Oh my goodness, I have missed a lot of chat. Hold on. Um, Hello, Nora 22,000. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Um, why would I not? I just following the pattern. Why I wouldn't cut out the center prior to just following the pattern. There's no worries. Tammy, yeah, the red line. At one point I was doing research on larger embroidery machines and came across it and was actually pleasantly surprised with the price point. Gorgeous Rose, you're welcome. Tammy, yes, it runs very well actually. Marge, thank you for answering that question. Hello, Laverne Miller. How are you? Float a piece of to a way to hold the satin stitching. I'm not. I wasn't too serious about it. About the center and the satin stitch. It wasn't that big of a deal for me. Now, if someone was doing, to be completely honest, if someone was doing this project and you were like mass producing them to sell at a craft fair or something like that, I wouldn't even suggest to do the tear away. I would suggest to do the wash away. And then that way you can use water to clean up that edge. And then you don't really have to worry about it. Or I would say use like Badge Master, the plastic, and then that way it's definitely going to be clean when you tear it out. If it has to be that serious, but otherwise I wouldn't. I wasn't super worried about it like that. Would they be cost effective, Marge? I mean, that depends on, like, for instance, if you are doing this for your kids' class or if you did want to try and sell them. I mean, as you saw, it worked up pretty quickly. And it's cute, and you could even attach a little ribbon. The pattern, if you purchase it, you can look it up, and it'll have a instructions on how to put a little ribbon where you can hang them. Um, so, like I said, if you had little candies to put in it or whatever, it was just an option of something simple to do in the hoop if you wanted to try an in the hoop project for the first time. This is a really simple little project to do, and it doesn't hurt anything. And I'm pretty sure the little cups are not super expensive either on her website. So cost effective. I mean, it's a easy way to use up scraps of cotton fabric if you have some that you want to just use up, or any fabric for that matter. Easy way to use up scraps and actually make something really cute. So one piece of fabric for the front and one piece for the back, and go on about your business is actually not super tragic to make those. Yes, Latasha, the red line does go really, really quickly. Um, let's see. She said this is better than football. I think so too. So am Brett. Um, Marissa Dandridge is in Cali. Where can I get that design? The link is in the description, but it's on smartneedle.com. So let's see. Make sure I'm not missing any. Skittles or M&Ms would be cute in there. Skittles, yes. Yes, at Lisa English. It is 15 needles. And if you give them a call, like for instance, whenever you're ready to purchase an embroidery machine, if you give them a call and say, hey, I watched you on the baby's booty, and they showcase the red line, and I like the machine, I'm interested in getting one, you get an extra set of hoops with the machine. But if you don't tell them the baby's booty, then you don't get an extra set of hoops. You get a set of square hoops to come with it because it comes with round hoops with the machine, but you also get extra square hoops with it. And they also have a 12 needle as well that's a little uh, more affordable in price. So check that out. They have two machines that are options for that. Let us see. Pink Lady apples are okay. Thank you, Nora. I appreciate it. That made me feel a little bit better. Oh, you know what, Sheila Cushionberry, I forgot. Sometimes I guess they wouldn't let you give food for the kids because you just never know. They're sewing out fuzzy. It's not the sewing that's fuzzy, it's that stupid stabilizer. My stabilizer, as you see, because you can see the see how it's fuzzy. I don't know if hopefully it focused, but it's really really fuzzy. That's this stabilizer. I don't care for it very much because it is fuzzy. It's supposed to be wash away and it doesn't even wash away very well. So the fuzzy isn't the stitching as much as it is the stabilizer that's peeking through. So let's see. Love the purse. Got a 6-year-old granddaughter. Yes, that the bunny is adorable. I wish I had his cottontail to go on the back because the little fuzzy puff on the booty was just like really what helped clinch it. Hello, Shayna. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Gail Moore says she took the class and enjoyed it. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. The mirror project, she has a couple of mirror embroidery designs. The one I did was the girls mirror. Girls mirror, I believe is what it's called. Let me look at it real quick. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Mirror. If you go on her website and type in mirror in the search, it'll pull up girl mirrors. These are the girl mirrors. She also has animal mirrors and safari mirrors. She also sells the mirrors themselves, the mirror to go in the project as well. So she makes her projects to fit this size mirror, and that's in her um on her website as well. And the brackets for the top of the rabbit is on her website. I need to glue these ears on as well. Going to make embroidered Valentine's pockets with matching finger puppets and hope they can have them. Yeah, everybody I know is like in virtual school. Plus, you get double hoops per machine. Most of your industrial embroidery machines come with double hoops. Latasha said the race you did sold me on the red line. Almost went batty having to do virtual. Oh man, I'm sorry. Hello, Kimberly Joyner. Hello, welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I really appreciate that. I'm so glad I tuned in. Which one of your videos would you recommend for a beginner embroiderer as far as software, application, etc.? Well, the thing with beginners embroidery is there's so many different things I would suggest that you focus on, but I do have, like, if you're wanting to look at the software that I use, which is Sew It Pro, there is a video on software Sew It Pro Start Here or demo version, and that way you can try the demo version before actually purchasing the software and see if it's a program you would like to use. So that's an option. And then you have because the other one, well, check out, there's one on there as well. It was a collaboration with Candia on beginners embroidery. Start Here, new to embroidery. So check those two out. But all of the embroidery videos, even the live ones, you get some good tidbits here and there with all of the um, different videos. They all touch on different subjects. You're welcome, Andrea. Let's see. Do they have a good service and great warranty? Again, with all industrial machines, your service is you. You are the service. I'm the service. This is my machine. I'm going to be the one to service it. They have videos, all of them. I mean, you have Happy, you have Tajima, all of these different machines. They have videos and tutorials and show you, even Racoma, they show you how to do certain maintenance things on your machine and show you how to fix it, from replacing the little knobs to replacing the feet that come down. They send extra parts with the machine, a toolkit, the whole nine, because downtime is not an option for a business. So you're taught how to service and maintain your machine. I absolutely love that. I'm a tinkerer, love fixing things and working on things. So for me, that wasn't an issue. for you that might be a deal breaker. And if that's the case, you may want to go with the commercial route, name brand machine, where you have to go take it to get fixed. You know, and then your basic service is like $350 to 400, and that's only after you get it there. You have to load that big machine up and take it in and have it be fixed. My 6 needle, that is, I have to take that to the service center. They don't teach you how to. You're discouraged from doing any maintenance to that machine. So that's the difference between industrial and commercial. Give it some thought though, because some people just can't work on their stuff and they don't want to, and that's okay. You know, if that's your choice. But you know, where did you let's get the bunny purse hardware clasp. I got mine from off of Amazon. And I'm pretty sure I put the link to that in my store, but I will link it here now. What machine did you start out with? And a bit of history tricks. Um, Let me see. Make sure. What is the biggest hoop size that comes with the Redline? I'm gonna show you the biggest hoop, but technically it's not the biggest hoop. Um, this is the biggest actual hoop. This is um I'm trying to find my sash frame. Oh, there it is. Okay. So this is the biggest hoop. This is 19. Hold on. I forget what size this is, and I've been meaning to write it on here so I could quit forgetting what size this is. I forget what size this is. I have to look it up. It's on their website what the biggest size is. But this is the biggest hoop, but the actual biggest frame that comes with this machine is called a sash frame. Let me see. If I can get it. It's kind of the way I got it locked in is kind of heavy. Okay. I don't know that I can. Hold on. Oh, alright. I had something up against it. So this is what's called a sash frame, and I have uh, something in it, but they use it for patches. It's used for patches mainly, but you can use this for other embroidery, and it's got pressure clasps holding this down because this is stabilizer where I was working on patches and took it out. But this is the actual frame. This is the biggest frame that comes with this machine, which is massive. Let me see if I can find a tape measure. If somebody hadn't already put it in chat, which I can't see. Oh my God! How do you break a tape measure? That's what I get for having a little El Cheapo. Okay. So this one is 21 and, well, technically 21 because you can't get all the way up to the frame. 21 by 15 is the sash frame. 21 by 15 is this frame, aluminum. And then this frame, I know it's 19, but I just don't know the other size. Actually, it's 21, but I think it only, on the machine, it only lets you do like 19 or whatever. But this is 21 by 14. 21 by 14. Okay, so this is the biggest size, and you get two of these hoops. Two of these. You get one patch frame, but you get two of this hoop, two of every other size hoop that come, including two hat hoops with this machine. Yes, you could make a quilt or wall hanging with it. Yes. The first machine I started with was the PE 500. P. I'm pretty sure it was a 500. PE 500. It's a 4x4 embroidery machine. I started with one. Then, as time went on and I started getting more orders of things, I added a SE 425 and an SE 400. So I added two more 4x4 embroidery machines. And I ran with those two for a year and a half, and then received Blessing, which Blessing was, I've had Blessing 2 years, 2.5 years now, going on 3 years. This year will be 3 years in June that I've had the 6 needle. And then, like I said, last year we got the Redline. Let me make sure. Okay. That's that. What is the razor thing called that is used to get rid of Peggy's Stitch Eraser? Peggy. Peggy is her name. Peggy's Stitch Eraser. The name of the glue I used is called Super Tight. It's called Super Tight. But this is the glue that I use to glue flat back stones to bling things. Not heat bling like on my shirt. This is heat press. These stones have glue already on the back. This glue is for the stones that don't have any glue on the back. Sheila Cushionberry, I do need to link you to this whoops, the clasp for the bunny rabbit purse is right here. I'm gonna drop it in the chat, Sheila. Hopefully you can get it from right there. I gotta put a carburetors on lawn tractors. I know how to rebuild a carburetor too, so that's why I'm like, it doesn't bother me to work on stuff. I used to rebuild carburetors with my uncle. I would help him. Let me see what machine. There's got that. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. What type of projects do you use the large hoops for? That hoop, the sash frame, the patch frame, mostly patches. I wouldn't put too much else on that because of the clasps, the way you have to attach um to lock in the stabilizer. It has to be something thin. It can't be anything thick. So patches would be about the only thing I would do on that. For these, I've done blankets. That's pretty much it. Is blankets. I really don't put too much else on this when I'm doing large blankets. That's about it. Let's see. Can you iron it after you stitch it out to make it stable? Iron which one? The apple thing? Iron what to make it stable? I don't know what we're talking about. Do you have any suggestions on sorting, organizing embroidery fonts, and making a cheat sheet to easily see all of my fonts when making new designs? So What Pro has a way to print out your fonts so that you can have a printout of it. Some companies will give you a image of what their fonts look like with their fonts. Worst case scenario, I would go to the website where I bought the font and screenshot the picture of the font and what it looks like, and then I put them on a page, wrote the name beside it, or printed out the name beside it, and did it that way. If you're talking about a physical do flotchy. Now, you can also get now in So What Pro, there is a way to map your fonts or put your fonts in so that you can type them out, but it also shows you what those fonts look like. So that's an option as well. I taught how to do all of that in my class. It's on my website to show exactly how to do So What Pro. But Organizing and sorting embroidery fonts and files is not my strong suit because unfortunately I have amassed insane amount of fonts and embroidery designs until it's just utterly ridiculous. I think I might have stitched out of 100%, I might have stitched out, literally physically myself stitched less than 20% of everything I own. So I own way more designs and fonts and stuff than I've ever stitched. I have some fonts I've never stitched before, but I'll have them. So I'm not the one to talk to about how to organize. But I will say this: if you have like sew icons, I'm going at overtime, aren't I? Yes, very much so. If you have sew icons, I'll show you one of the things. Um, let's give an example. Go into my embroidery. Okay. So one of the things is here. So if you, here is my embroidery design folder, which is, as I mentioned, is stupid. How much this is, and we're not even at the halfway mark, right? So let's go back up. And I can see images of what's in each folder. Okay, that's because I have sew icons. So icons is on my website. It's $25 to be able to see the thumbnails, and they just did an update of the software, so they've improved it. But and I haven't even updated yet. But at any rate, you can see your icons in your folders. So when I go to my folders with my fonts in it, which is right here in the letters folder, I can kind of get a little peek of what's in each folder here. So that helps me when I'm trying to figure out what font it is that I'm wanting to use. I can see like I can easily see that all of these are my applique fonts because I can tell that's an outline or whatever. Here's my sign language font because I can see the little hand, so I know that's what it is. And so having the peak of your fonts is very helpful. And then like here's a company that I bought from before. It's called Applique Corner. They give a JPEG of each one of their fonts, and you can see Applique Corner. This is font number 2125. That's the name of it. The sizes that it comes in. This is so that you can print these out on index cards, basically, or 5x7 cards, I believe is what they suggest. And then you have a little file that you can finger through and see. And I had, of course, it's not right here because it's been a while since I dug it out, but I have a photo album that I printed these out on and put in the photo album, and I can flip through the photo album, the 5x7 sheets, and see all of the fonts. So that's another option, but that's only with this company, Applique Corner. Whereas they have their fonts, but there's other companies that have other fonts as well that you can go through. Like I use Stitchtopia, and they don't, if I'm understanding correctly, they don't give a picture of their stuff. So, let's see. Let's see. All right, so I am like way over time. I apologize. Eve, I see how you just breezed over the quilting thing. No, I am going to be doing some quilting. Super tight is the glue. Yes, the quilting is in the process, but because we've had requests from certain companies to do some projects, I've had to bump back the quilting, but I still definitely intend to get to the quilting because I'm very curious on getting it. Oh, thank you for my sweatshirt. I appreciate it. I have a mask with the same design, a red mask with the same design to match the shirt, so that's why I love blinging. I love to bling. I like my new, Nora says, I like my new PQ 1500 SL. It has 4 portholes for oil, making maintenance easier. I am in love with this machine. And I've heard of that. There's a lot of folks A lot of machines that are coming out with those oiling ports to help make it where you don't have to take the machine apart. When you use that big hoop, did it hold your blanket tight with no problem? Yes, I didn't have any issues with mine. A lot of times what ends up happening is we over tighten our hoops trying to make it fit super tight, and you don't have to do that. Then too, if you support the blanket, like if you hoop it and then maybe get a little folding table or something to put right in front of the machine and put the weight of the blanket on that table, it will help tremendously on things not, becoming shifting in the hoop, to stop that shifting. So support your project, and that'll help with a lot of that shifting. I like taping the picture of the font to an index card and simply putting it in a card file by the type of font. Exactly how Applique Corner did. Do I have an Arabic font? I do not. I do not. I kind of need to, because I learned how to write my name in Arabic, and I think that would be cool to put embroidery. I use Braille font for my students and some of the teachers. That's cool. Hey, you gotta be kidding. How are you? Welcome. Be sure you look at each individual letter of the alphabet before you download a font. Some of them are kind of squirrely, especially TJ and I. Hey, Harmony, how are you? Welcome. What is the stitch field on the red line, Lisa? Again, that's on, let's go to their website and see if I can't show you that. Because right off the top of my head, I do not know. I should know, but I do not know. Really quickly, I'm running over, and my husband is going to be frustrated. All right, so if we go to their website, let's look at machines. And when we go to machines, they say, and this says for the 15 needle max of 16.9 by 13. Not so sure about that. I'm pretty sure I've gone bigger than that. But they say it's 16.9 by 13 and then 14 by 7.8 for the 12 needle. And then you can click on each one and it gives more information, like let's see, 258 by 38 centimeter hoops, which, who does that conversion? Not me. I need to. And they tell you the prices and everything, the packages and all of that stuff that come with it if you do a package. And their warranty, well, he says the stitching area is 16.9 by 13, so it's a good possibility that is the max. I'm pretty sure I've done bigger than that. And there is financing that can be, you can check into financing. But this is Redline. So you get two of this hoop, two of this hoop, two of that one, two of that one, two of that one, two cap frames, the cap driver, so you can do hats, the table. Here is the patch frame, toolbox with spare parts, and the stand. Comes with the machine. Love my Redline. Love it. You're welcome. You're welcome. With the big hoop, do you need something to keep it stable? I mean, if whatever it is that you're putting in the hoop to work on isn't heavy, no, you don't. So like if I was doing patches, I don't need anything to keep it steady. Free fonts will allow you to print out samples. That's cool. Save, Sheila Cushionberry says, I save a JPEG of each design and save as same name as the PES or the zip file. That way when I pull up a file, the picture is right next to it. That's a good suggestion. Tammy Sutherland, oh my goodness, I have a brother SE425 and watch everything on it, or other 400s now. Wish I lived closer. You can help me. No, because with COVID, I ain't fooling with nobody in person. I am not kidding with that. But we can do all kind of stuff by video, girl. Trying to tell you, we got these videos going on. Can you click Control plus F to find search items by name in Silhouette Pro? No, because when you, oh wait a minute, you're talking about, like, say for instance, if I go to Silhouette Pro to open a file. Let's see. Open. Let's do this. Let's go here. Control F. No, not that I can see. No, because the files are not in Silhouette Pro. The files are on the computer, so you would just do like a regular Windows search within Silhouette Pro to find the file. I hope that's what you were asking. Apple to iron. Yes, you. I mean, you can always iron your embroidery projects. Usually, as long as the iron is not like super hot, you can definitely press these. Not with the cup and the candy, of course, but yes, you can. Yes, the red line is awesome, and crawling. Nothing wrong with crawling before we walk, girl. I had to do it, so it's not an issue with that at all. You're welcome, Conchita. Do you have a video? I do have a video on patches. Yeah, Tammy, the amount of fonts I have is stupid. It's so crazy. There are companies that you can have conversations on via microphone, if I remember. No worries. That works. I want the patch glue. How do I get the patch glue? There's a couple of companies out there. I believe you can get some off of allstitch.com. Pretty sure they have patch glue. More than positive I saw patch glue. Well, you guys, it is 23 minutes later than I intended to. I had a lot of fun making an apple candy holder with you. That was awesome sauce. Ringing the bell for all of the babies. That is crazy. We had so many babies, new babies tonight. And then in addition to that, we had our own new baby. We have a Cricket Joy in the house. So be sure to be on the lookout for more projects with this. We'll be doing vinyl and rhinestones with our Cricket Joy. We've already done one rhinestone video with the Cricket Joy, so be sure to check that out. Also, for those of you interested, more interested in the Redline, please go back and look at that great embroidery race video. That was a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed doing that video. And it goes into detail a good bit more about the functions of the Redline machine and how it compares with the commercial machine. So check that out. And if you have any questions, just shoot them off in the hoop group on Facebook, or even the hoop group on the forums at thebabiesbooty.com. Either one, your question will get answered. We have several moderators on Facebook that help, as well as other folks who are just as experienced, if not even more so, in the field of embroidery as I am. So we have a lot of fun there. Please be sure to show off your projects and the things you work with. And for those of you who are hoop group members here on YouTube, again, thank you so very much for joining here on Amazon and being a part of our hoop group. We definitely appreciate it. Nora, the brand name, I don't know what the brand name is of patch glue. I don't know that. But check on allstitch.com, and when you pull it up there, if you get the brand name, then just take it back to Amazon and type in the brand name there and see if that will help as well. No worries, Cassie. We're glad that you were here and we enjoyed y'all being here. So thank you for joining us. And again, from time to time, we do have classes that are available on our website. So check us out from time to time. Or if a class comes up, I will post it in the Hoop group so that you'll know ahead of time and can sign up and join our classes. We do Stitch Live whenever we do, or do our projects live whenever we do have a class. All right. So thank you so very much for joining us. I'm about to peace out and go to bed. It's been a long day, so I enjoyed it very much, and I look forward to seeing you next week, where hopefully we'll be jumping on that Sublimation bandwagon and getting some fun in with that. All right. So thank you so very much, and you guys have a great evening. See you next time. Bye.